Namo Namaste Gurave Mahatmane Vimukta Sangaya Saduttamaya Nityadvayananda Rasaswarupine Bhumne Sada Pardayam Budhamne Namaste Namaste Vibho Vishwamurte Namaste Namaste Chidanandamurte Namaste Namaste Tapoyogagamya Namaste Namaste Shrutijnanagamya Swarajya Samrajya Vibhutiresha Bhavatkripa Shri Mahima Prasadat Prapta Maya Shri Gurave Mahatmane Namo Namaste Stu Punarnamostu Namo Namaste Stu Punarnamostu Namo Namaste Stu Punarnamostu Namastasmai Sadaikasmai Kasmai Chinmahase Namaha Yadetad Vishwarupena Rajate Guru Rajate Yadetad Vishwarupena Rajate Guru Rajate. So this yesterday we will have a short recap. Let us go through. We said that we call it revolutionary message of Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because it was there, but it was not prominently there. Everybody, even in the Upanishads, they have not decried the actions. In the Upanishads also we find the same stain. But the fact is that it was only the renunciates who used to go to the forest, to the hermitage, listen to the rishis. And they were practicing. So the practice was mainly the Upanishadic sadhana practice, that is Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. The kind of practice advocated by Bhagavad Gita, which is useful for everybody in the world, that was not prominently there. So that way we call it the revolutionary presentation. Whatever points I could remember, I don't know many points we have discussed. That is, one major point is we always have our spiritual practices like we do the exercise in the gym. Spirituality is not that. It cannot be a regular exercise. That has to be changed. So even if you don't change your meditative exercise in the morning, change the whole day, reinforce it with interactional sadhana for every moment, not only in action but in thoughts also. Initially maybe actions are necessary because until you interact you will not know the constrictions of your mind, which are holding your mind from realizing the truth. But as you grow in your sadhana, you will find that you don't need to interact. You can look into your mind and find out where are the constrictions and work on it to get rid of it. So reinforcing 1 hour meditative sadhana with interactional sadhana every moment. This is a very, very important point, that spirituality is not a time-bound sadhana, but a sadhana for everything we do in life. Whether it is cooking in the kitchen or playing in the sports, anything. Number 2, interactions are not to be shunned, but to be used for personality transformation. Generally, those who are given to spirituality, they try to cut down their interactions, reduce their interactions, because they think it is a disturbance. Considering the interactions to be an opportunity to purify and reform our personality, we should not shun it. I'm not saying that you should increase interactions more and more and get involved in that. But whatever comes, we should welcome that. The goal of meditational sadhana, I explained in great detail that it is to realizing our real identity or the self or the Atma, as we say, which when we start our meditation to locate who am I or where from that I-ness is coming, we look within. Within means with respect to the body, mind, personality within. Naturally, nobody is looking for the Atma in the light or in the sky. We are looking within. But as we proceed and finally discover the I, then there is no within, no without at all. That is, it is not really within the body. We have to proceed within to find out where from the knowledge, the consciousness that I am, that amness is coming. But when we reach that point, then the body, which is part of the whole nature, part of a small speck in the whole universe, created universe, it all vanishes. They take their real form of appearance, just like in cinema on the screen. It appears on the consciousness. So the Atma we discovered is not encapsulated by my body, mind, personality. There is no body, mind, personality to constrict it, make it limited, make it small. So, if that is the goal of meditational sadhana, to realize the universal self, that goal has to be made the goal of interactions also, by incorporating the soul dimensions in mind. This is the summum bonum of all my talks. What I am trying to explain or try to introduce to people or make them practice. If it has to be summarized in one line, this is what I want to do. I have been trying to do. That is, the whatever soul dimensions are, say it is infinite. It is not limited by body, mind, person, not limited by anything. It doesn't get affected by sukha, dukkha or anything happening in the world. It doesn't get attracted by anything in the world, repelled by anything in the world. Such a dimension which our real identity has, those dimensions we can incorporate in our interactive life also. Because a common question we find, people ask that, Swamiji, during the interactions, how can we think of the Atma? Because then I will not be able to do the work. If we have to contemplate on the Atma while interacting, then we will not be able to do the work properly. It is not that. We don't have to contemplate on the Atma, but we have to see in interacting where is the selfishness coming which is making us small, where is the fear coming which is making us small, where is the greed coming which is making us small, where is the competition coming which is making us small, where is the hatred towards I dislike, whatever we don't like, that making us constricted. Those, our observation should be open to that, and our mind and emotions should be responding to that suggestion given by the intelligence. So, It is not in the three-guna model, but generally when we speak, it is normally we are functioning being slave to the world or worldly situation. Why? It is the world has no trouble at all. The world doesn't cause any problem. It is our clinging to what we like and our hatred towards our intolerance toward what we dislike that is making us trapped. So we are we are slave to the world because of our clinging to what we like and hatred towards what we dislike. That is making us happy and unhappy. That is why Bhagavad Gita says that ragadvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indreshcharan atma vashair vidhe atma prasadam adhigacchati. See, in Bhagavad Gita, another speciality you will find, nowhere it has used the word ananda. Everywhere it has used sukha. Normally in Upanishads and other, sukha is not generally used in that manner. Ananda is the main delight used in Upanishads, that anandadhyeva khalvimani bhutani jayante anandena jatani jivanti anandam pravishanti avisamvishanti anandam brahmano vidvan. These are all, Taittiriya is full of, many other Upanishads also, full of these. Why? Because Ananda is transcending both Sukha and Dukkha. Whether it is a state of suffering or state of enjoyment, nowhere Ananda can be missed. Because Ananda is the fundamental force of creation. This Taittiriya mantra says that the whole universe is created out of Ananda. It is preserved by Ananda. When it is destroyed by Ananda, it gets merged in Ananda. There is nothing other than Ananda at all. Now, when you want to understand Ananda, is it not a feeling in us? Can you think of Ananda somewhere? Unless you feel, suppose you are in your meditation, suddenly you feel the whole universe is pulsating. That's some kind of prana or some is pulsating. Now, where will the Ananda be? Seeing that or the visualizing that, Ananda will be in you. So, Ananda is our feeling. So, it is a feeling which transcends all our small feeling. That is the problem. Hey, that is the truth. That is, in suffering also we are constricted. That why I am suffering. In happiness also we are elated, oh, I am great. So, transcending all those constrictions, when the joy or the delight of the soul we call is Ananda. It is there in both. Again in Taittiriya Upanishad, in the Brahmananda Valli, or in other places also, you will find that Satyam, Jnanam, Anandam Brahma they have taken. Satyam, the truth. Jnanam. Jnanam means in the form of knowledge. Yesterday, Swamiji was telling you about Prajnanam Brahma, the first Rig Veda Mahavakya. The ultimate reality is in the form of knowledge. It is not the knowledge in the knower is getting knowledge. It is the Advaya knowledge. Knower himself is the knowledge. So, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So some people say that this Sankaracharya was always given to Nirguna, so he has not taken the Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahma. This is an argument that goes on. Why he has not taken, I don't know, but I am trying to think in his term, that why he has not taken is because whenever we say Ananda, people take it to be our Sukha. Something everybody wants. So they will run after something to enjoy that Ananda. The moment you try to enjoy Ananda, it is no more Ananda. The knower and the known, the feeler and the felt, they are different. They are becoming different. So we are actually not knowing the Ananda. But when you say Ananta, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, when you say Ananta, Ananta means infinitude. If you can induce infinitude in you, Ananda is a byproduct of it. It will always be there. So we are not trying to attract you by saying that it is Ananda, you come here. We are saying it is infinitude to come here, leaving all your bondages, leaving all your boundaries, me, mine, this, that, and all. Leave everything, become like the sky, like the space, and come here. When you come here, you find that that is the greatest delight. Where there is sukha, dukkha, doesn't matter at all. I am always delighted. That is what Ananda is. Now in Bhagavad Gita, with its speciality, it has not used the word Ananda anywhere as far as I know. If it is there, if somebody can point out, it will be good. So they have used the word sukha, sukha, sukha everywhere. In some places they have used a word prasada. Prasada, in English we call it placidity. But to know what is the meaning of this prasada, we have to go to this sloka. 2.64. 2.64, second chapter, 64th verse. It says, Raga Dvesha Viyuktaistu Vishayan Indriyeshcharan Atmavashair Vidhe Atma Prasadam Adhigachati. That prasada word is used. He says that a person who is freed of the raga and dvesha. Raga means clinging to what he likes, and dvesha means avoiding, intolerant about, hateful about what he dislikes. If we can get rid of the raga dvesha, then with the same indriyas, same sense organs, with the same body, we move around in the same world. The world doesn't change. Our body also, our sense organs do not change. But there is a great change inside. Now, in moving around in the world with your sense organs, you are having pleasant and unpleasant. Always you are undergoing sukha and dukkha. Swamiji has been explaining it in great detail. Always you are experiencing that. Now, if you are free of the raga dvesha, then you will always experience prasada, which transcends both sukha and dukkha. The mind will remain placid even if it is suffering. Even it is something you normally get elated, you won't get elated. It will remain in prasada. It's a placidity of the mind. How it is happening? Because he has become Atma Vashair Vidhe Atma Prasadam Adhigachati. Because he has become Atma Vash. Vash, you know? He is always connected to his Atma. So far, what he was Vishaya Vash. We were slave to the Vishayas, means the objects of the world. So if it is what is the study you were feeding? The Rasamalai. If it is Rasamalai, oh, good. If it is bitter gourd, then gone. That means we are slave to the objects. If there is sleep, good sleep, we are very happy. One day we could not sleep because of various reasons, maybe we are unhappy. It is also objective situation. If everything is fine in the house, it is good. But if something calamity has taken place, then we are not happy. One day a big, huge tree broke when we were staying in IIT. A huge banyan tree. There was great storm and a big branch fell. There were a lot of nests of the birds. Whole night was turbulent. Morning by about 4 o'clock, we found all the birds are singing. And I am very sensitive about what they are speaking, what they are singing and all. I try to understand what they say. Not only birds, the dogs and kittens also. I am learning you must have heard about our Surya Kumari dog in the ashram. So presently I am trying to learn her language, and I have been successful in learning many of the languages, I understand. So the birds were singing in the same tune, as if nothing has happened anywhere. So I was telling that, see, this is the difference with human beings. If the same thing, if by that branch our room had broken and all, right from the morning we will create so much of halla gulla, wailing, running after this, that, and all. Oh, Lord, why did it happen to my house? Why not the other houses? Everything, all nonsense will come out. But see the birds. Every day at 4 o'clock, the way they sing, seeing nature, seeing the twilight coming up, the rays coming up, they are singing in the same manner. That is what this prasada is. The animals have it, we don't have it. We have to learn from the animals. So, we are Vishayavash. We are always slave to the object, slave to the objective situation, slave to our likes and dislikes. If we can get rid of dislikes and clinging to what we like and hatred towards what we dislike, then we become Atmavash, that we get stabilized in our real identity, the soul, the consciousness, which fills the whole universe. Actually, it doesn't fill, the whole universe appears in that. It is all written on the consciousness. So while you see the enemy also, you see the consciousness. While you see the friend also, you see the consciousness. You deal with them as is necessary, but never losing that they are on the same consciousness. So the feeling, suppose in the sea, if the wave starts feeling that I am the wave only, I am not the sea, then its behavior will be wild. But if he feels that I am the sea, and all of us are waves, but maybe because of some reason I am turbulent, that wave is peaceful and all, they will go on working in that manner. So we are all actually the Chidakasha, that sea of consciousness, the space, the conscious space are we. Our real identity is the conscious space, in which all the thoughts, even Sukha is appearing, Dukkha is appearing there. So when we say Samatva in Sukha and Dukkha, actually it means that Sukha, as Sukha is appearing as in the consciousness, Dukkha is also appearing in the consciousness. The consciousness is more important there than the Sukha and Dukkha. We behave whatever to be done in Sukha and Dukkha. When somebody has died, we will not clap and smile and all. Then everybody will beat you up. It's not like that. But you will not be wailing and be submerged in whatever others are. You will be still feeling the same consciousness there. Ragadvesha viyukta istu vishayan indriyeshcharan atma shair vidheyatma. He is guided by his own directions within, not by the moral codes of the society or anything. It is much higher than that, his guide. Prasadam adhigacchati. He attains that prasada. Show the next slide. So next slide, we are coming down to the three-guna model. So before that, yes.
Yesterday's incident in Air India. I'm sorry. Now, a lot of people have outpouring of emotions. Especially a lot of people. Why? You can go there.
Be brief. You tell me the real point.
Why this incident and how do we get over this? So is it? Can we relate this bird story? The birds, how they handle this?
Yes, you can if you need, but you don't need. This is what the world is. That is why our Nataraja is depicted in our religion also. So Nataraja's dance, it is destruction, dance of destruction. So destruction is part of creation. Without destruction, there cannot be any creation. Similarly, Mrityu or death is the other side of birth. other side of life, you can say. It's part of life. Death is part of life. So if you have a wholesome understanding of nature, of the reality of the world, then you will have sympathy, everything, but you will not be overwhelmed by this. You will not be Vishaya Vash or Vishaya Dasa. You will be Atma Vash. You will remain master of the world. Our scriptures say that a knower, if he sees one day all the seven seas drying up suddenly, he will not be surprised. It can happen. Anything can happen in the world. But this bird story is our own life story, and I find it's very significant that this is the way they are. If you notice them, you will find this is true in many other incidents also. So we were recapitulating, let us go to the third one, the three-guna model for inner integration. There, what are the fundamental points we learned so far? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. They are essential constitutions of nature. I said that in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, they are discussed particularly for understanding, analyzing, and improving human personality. Understanding the personality, analyzing, understanding is part, analyzing will lead to understanding better, and improving. Why we are saying that it is very important and improving the human personality? Because it starts from gross level, where we cannot deny that, oh Swamiji, it is very difficult, I cannot do. That escape you can have in any Upanishadic or anything. You can say that this is too hard, it is too difficult. But here you cannot say. Because the question is that we are constituted of the three gunas. Now, if we analyze our personality and find that I have lot of tamoguna, more of tamoguna, it is clear that I have to cultivate more of sattva-guna and rajoguna to get over the bondage created by tamoguna. That means suppose you are sleeping too much and rest of the time your mind is always idle, the intelligence is always idle, you are given to lethargy. They have clearly said, we will read again, pramada alasya nidrabhihi. They are binding us with inattention, which everybody, all of us almost have. While pouring water in the glass also, we are not careful that the glass has got filled and water is spilling off. So inattention, laziness of both mind and intelligence and the body, and sleep, if we are oversleeping. When sleep is done also, we don't want to leave the bed. So all these things are there. To get rid of that, if we want and to improve our personality, we have to cultivate Rajoguna and Sattvaguna. All this we will come again with shlokas from both Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Both sides are there. Then suppose you are given to too much of Rajoguna. Why? Because you find that you are extremely active. And they have the excuse of saying, I am a karma yogi. They are not only a karmi, they are not karma yogi. A person becomes a karma yogi when he does the action with the yoga attitude. Unless the yoga attitude is there and you are acting very much, you are a rajasika person who is working egoistically. Maybe you want to become a multimillionaire or billionaire, or you want to become the most powerful president of the world, or whatever. You want to have power, fame, or anything. So it is called desire-motivated activity. So Rajoguna is characteristic of desire-motivated activity, which goes along with a very fragmented vision of the world. What they want, they will do for that. They will not look here and there. The other comprehensive vision will not be there. So to get rid of such, we always refer to, Swamiji also refers to one person known to us. He was a managing director of a company in Calcutta. He used to say that I am he was the managing director. So in director board's meeting, he himself used to say that if I suggest something and it is not taken, then I walk out. He was so egoistic about it, and his ego we have felt a lot. He was egoistic like this in all field, in spiritual field also. So if you want to get rid of that, first of all you have to analyze that this is not the right way, because life will be full of suffering for them. Very egoistically you will do. Another person who was like that, a managing director in many places, extremely efficient and egoistic. So he was put in a big factory, government factory in Kerala, as a chairman, CMD. The first day that factory was always losing, always in trouble. So he was put for correcting the factory. The first day he went around, spoke to everybody, came back home and died of heart attack. The stress created by something he doesn't like was so much. And our Mataji, earlier Mataji in ashram, when she saw him, he said that death is written large on his face. But just before going to the factory when he came, he had visited the ashram. Another from my own life is that a person came to IIT Kharagpur as a director, and the first day he was going to meet the staff and the teaching and non-teaching staff, he went around all the offices, and the first thing he asked is what are the ways of sacking people here? Can you imagine a chairman managing director's post he is going to take up only to sack people in the institution? Whatever be the state of the institution, you have to understand it, you have to sympathize with them, you have to see for the welfare of everybody. If the first question you ask is what are the ways of sacking people here? So very soon the whole institute got agitated and he had to leave. These are the egoistic, that rajasic person's way of behaving. So they have to incorporate Sattva Guna. Now, you cannot say that, Swamiji, how can we have Sattva Guna? You can have, because our body, mind, personality is made up of the gunas. So whatever we eat, ahara, whatever we are eating, according to that our body, mind, personality is made. If you take sattvic ahara, you will have sattvic mind, sattvic body. If you take rajasic ahara, it will be like that. And it is clearly stated in Bhagavad Gita what kind of ahara you should take to become sattvic. In 17th chapter. Now, there generally people interpret ahara as only the food. It's not just the food. There are much more powerful food. Ahara means input. Wherever we are aharana, we are taking in from nature, is called ahara. So that ahara can be very gross level food. But what ahara we are taking with the eyes, with the ears, and still more powerful ahara we are taking with the mind. What are we reading? What are we seeing in the TV? Are they sattvika or they are rajasika or tamasika? Tamasa. So whatever inputs we are taking, can we not change them? You have association. That is why satsanga in our scriptures, satsanga is highlighted so much. Because by remaining just in the presence of a sat, he will develop his qualities. It is like osmosis. Osmosis, you know? So it's just unawares, the percolates, the salts percolates percolate unaware. Like that, when you stay with a sat person, his qualities, if you are open, if you are not humble, if you are egoistic like the persons I just now spoke of, then nothing will happen. Because you will not have the osmosis, you have shut out. So if you are receptive, then automatically his qualities will come. Nobody has asked you to not to have satsanga. So you have to choose your sangha. If you stay with the rajasika persons, then automatically He will take you only for different food and different cultural, and always the Rajasika qualities will be enhanced. So here it is an unfailing sadhana which you cannot avoid just by giving excuses. To change your body, mind, personality, you have to have sattvika ahara and shun with the tamasika ahara, so that the tamoguna and rajogunas are kept away. In the modern society, we are given to lot of tamasika ahara. We cannot help it, saying busy, 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 busy. We are giving all tamasika. Everything is available in the departmental store, cold store for how many months we don't know. Bring it, boil it and take. All these things we are doing. That the prana element is not there. It has gone long back. You pluck some grass and eat, I will find you will get more joy out of it. Because there the life element is there. In Chaandogya Upanishad, I have spoken about it, there was the rishi called Sanat Kumara. Narada was a Maharshi going around everywhere, moving around. One day, Narada Maharshi happened to meet Sanat Kumara. So he asked him that, tell me something about knowledge. Tell me something. So he said that, how can I tell you something unless I know what you already know? I don't want to repeat what you already know. Then, so you tell me what you know. Then Narada, there is a big paragraph in Sanskrit. Narada is saying what he knows. He knew everything, all the 4 Vedas, the 6 Vedangas, then Sarpavidya, Astravidya, Dhanurvidya, everything in the world. Whatever is known by the term Vidya, Narada knew it. So he finishes his credentials, that CA. Na? CA he finished saying with the last line, which is very important, Mantravidoham asmi natu atmavid. Mantravid aham asmi natu atmavid. I know all these by theoretically, the mantras only. Whatever is written in these shastras, I know. But I don't know who am I. The Shastras say that all these have to be known only to discover who you really are. I don't know that. Naturally, how do you say that you don't know your Atma? He says, Tarati Shokam Atmavid. A person who has known his Atma, his own self, will not have grief. He will have dukkha. He will have suffering. But in suffering, he will not be aggrieved. He will not have grief. Grief means you are overwhelmed by the suffering. In suffering also he will have prasada. He will not be overwhelmed by suffering. So then Sanat Kumara starts his message after knowing this. Because Narada knows that he is having grief. So he immediately accepts that he doesn't know the self. Although he knows so many things. Generally we will not accept that I don't know. No. Even if I don't know, I know that I don't know. Even then we will project that I know. Here Narada is accepting. So he is a receptive person. So Sanat Kumara starts his message. The first thing he says, Ahara Shuddhau Sattva Shuddhihi. First line is Ahara Shuddhau Sattva Shuddhihi. By purifying the ahara, the whole being gets purified. Sattva means our existence, our being. Ahara, that means all aharas, all inputs, not only the food. Whatever air we are breathing, whatever sights we are seeing, whatever sound we are hearing, whatever thoughts we are bringing into our mind, whatever films we are seeing, whatever internet we are seeing, everything. Ahara shuddhau sattva shuddhihi. Sattva shuddhau dhruva smritihi. When the being gets purified, this is very important. Sattva shuddhau dhruva smritihi. This Atma, it is not a knowledge to be acquired. because we are already the Atma. But we have lost the memory of what we are, Smriti. So in advanced level of Shastras and in many places, it is referred to as the Smriti, Atma Smriti. How? As I said yesterday, suppose the sun is there but it is covered with the cloud. You don't have to make the sun, it is already there. With knowledge, with jnana, you remove the ajnana cloud. You remove the cloud of ajnana. So jnana is not installing our Atma. Jnana only will remove the ajnana, that's all. After that, jnana's work is over. Then whatever we are, we will be left with that. The Atma, we already are. So when we get back, when we see the sun, that is our smriti. That the first day also I said, no, the other day before the retreat, Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam. That we have seen that brilliance which I am. Ahara Shuddhau Sattva Shuddhi, Sattva Shuddhau Dhruva Smritihi. That smriti, that memory becomes dhruva, means it never goes. Once we see the truth, it remains in us. Other things may happen over that, cloud will come and cloud will go. Even when it is clouded, do you have doubt about the sun, that the sun is there and it will come up again? Like that, you will never have the doubt, who am I? Oh, okay, something is there, it is covering, but again it is there. Smriti lambhe sarvagranthīnām vipramokshaha. Third line. Smriti lambhe sarvagranthīnām vipramokshaha. Granthi, we are always referring to as granthi means knots. There are so many knots we are preserving in us, in the mind, in the intelligence, in the brain and whatnot. Knots. So all the knots have to be untied. If all the knots are untied, will you not feel a great freedom, like the sky-like, the space-like freedom? So the sadhana is only to untie the knots which we have created deliberately by our own desires, basically, desire and ego. So sarvagranthīnām, when we get back the smriti of what we really are, what is our real identity, then we don't have to pick up one knot after another and untie here, untie here, untie here. Thousands of knots are there. We don't have to do anything. All knots will be gone just by the recollection of our own identity, of the memory of our own identity. They have used a very special word, vipramoksha. Vi means Vishesha Rupena and pra means Prakrishta Rupena. Pra means here that gone forever. Prakrishta Rupena moksha. And vi means in individual case, if you find that on this aspect I am free, but this aspect I still have constriction. No, in every aspect, vi means Vishesha. Every aspect we will be absolutely free. Smriti lambhe sarvagranthīnām vipramoksha. This is a very famous statement, this three-line statement. Let it not be in 14th chapter. How does it matter? Our purpose is to know. So the third point is the bondage created by them, means the gunas, makes us think that the immortal free Atma is affected by their operations. Yesterday also we said that it is not that we are really bound. Our abhyayam dehi, they have said. Dehinam abhyayam. You have forgotten the first shloka we did yesterday? Sixth, no? Fifth, 14.5. Sattvam rajas tama iti gunah prakriti sambhavaha nibadnanti mahabaho Dehe dehinam avyayam. Avyayam dehinam dehe nibadnanti. That is as if this immortal, free Atma, Dehi, is bound in the body. So when the body is undergoing suffering, we feel that I am suffering. When the body is happy, we feel we are happy. It is as if, not that it is real. So there is a scope of getting freedom from this sense. Because it is not real, it is as if. Then the fourth, freedom means to get rid of the bondage created by the gunas, but not the gunas themselves. This is a great correction because in many cases it is misinterpreted and misunderstood. We are never going to be free of the three gunas. It's not that the knower doesn't sleep. When he is sleeping, it is under the effect of tamaguna. It's not right that the knower doesn't work. When he is working with the energy, it is under the effect of rajoguna. So the gunas will be there, they will be functioning. But the bondages created by the gunas will be removed. This understanding should be properly there. Now we had done the three gunas also. The first one is 14.6. Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat prakashakamanamyam sukha sangena badnati jnana sangena chanagha. We have put the deer there. It's not fully, but look at the face, it looks very pure. Pure innocence. So generally, if it is Sattva-guna is very good, but only Sattva-guna will not make you very effective. Because such people will be very, docile. They will be good, but you cannot run a revolution by them. For such thing, you have to become gunatita. In spite of having the sattva guna prominence, you have to get over the bondage created by sattva guna. So what are the bondages? You see here and work on it. Everything is absolutely clear in this. He says, Sukha sangena badnati jnana sangena chanaga. That means when sattva guna is enhanced, it creates two kinds of bondages. One is sukha, bondage to a kind of a delight, and jnana, bondage to the delight. Now, I caution you, whenever you read Shastras, you have to be extremely attentive. In this case, they are defining the sattva guna, and they are saying sukha sangena badnati jnana sangena. So you have to go to the 18th chapter where the sattvika jnana is spoken of, where the sattvika sukha is spoken of. When a sattva guni is getting bound by jnana and sukha, it cannot be the rajasika jnana or tamasika jnana. Do you get my point? It has to be the guna, sattva guna oriented jnana and sattva guna oriented sukha. So you go to the 18th chapter 20. See, there it says, Sarvabhuteshu yenaikam bhavam avyayamikshate abhivaktam vibhakteshu tajnanam vidhi sattvikam. He says that this jnana is called sattvika. Similarly, after that, they have defined what is rajasika jnana and what is tamasika jnana also. I am not going into that. The time will not provide us. So the sattvika jnana is sarvabhuteshu. What is the meaning? Sarvabhuteshu means everywhere in existence. Yena, by whom? Ekam avyayam bhavam ikshate. Ekam, one. Avyayam. Avyayam means, I have explained earlier, unchanging, immortal, imperishable. Vyaya means which, kshaya means changing. There is no change in that. Do we have anything avyaya in the whole creation? It cannot be. The creation means it is getting born, changing and dying. So the only avyaya is our Atma, the Dehi they are talking about. So ekam, that is one. Actually, truly speaking, it is transcending one also. Because when we say one, in our mind the concept of two and many is there. It has to transcend that also. I am just telling you, remember. Ekam avyayam bhavam ikshate. This ikshana is not just darshana or pashyana. With the eyes we see. But this oneness you don't see with the eye, then you will not be able to function, you will not be able to live. You will start eating the camera. If this is also same as the rasamalai, then you eat the camera. It's impossible. So it is an ikshana. Ikshana means the vision of the buddhi, vision of our understanding, of our intelligence. That means although we see the infinite variegated world in front, we understand that this world is appearing in my consciousness. So it is like on the air you write here, camera, you write dog, you write God, it is all air. If you water, it is all water. Like that, it is all consciousness. If any of you is appearing in me, actually it is made of consciousness. Whatever I am interacting with, the whole audience is made of consciousness, that which I am interacting with. So that avyayam, ekam avyayam bhavam ikshate, sarva bhuteshu, in all whatever we are seeing, our buddhi should see that oneness everywhere. This is what the Samatva Swamiji is speaking about. This is the Samatva. It is not that one good person and one criminal, they are Sama. How are they Sama? Sama because they are all the Atma, the appearance of the Atma. Suppose it's on a film. You are seeing a huge world war is going on, aircraft carrier, this, that and all. In a dream you say, where from the aircraft carrier come? Have you made it? In dream, because the dream is breaking, you know that it was all in my mind. But when you are in the dream and you are seeing all that, you are reacting. Seeing some bombing taking place, you are getting scared. But it is all happening in your mind, in the written on your consciousness. Is it not so? The whole dream world is written on the consciousness. Like that, the whole actual world is also, in which includes my own body, mind, personality, is written on the consciousness. That is the ekam avyayam. Bhavam ikshate, he says. This is the jnana they are speaking about. This is called the sattvika jnana, because it gives the wholesome, comprehensive truth to your mind. This is the sattva guna effect. So if you grow more and more sattva guna in your body, mind, personality, you will find that this becomes a more and more reality than the gross differential reality. Now the differential reality is so much that if a person I don't like appears here, I will not look at him. I will not give him the food which is given at the end. Such a mind will interact whatever to be done. But seeing the ekam avyayam bhavam through his ikshana. Not only that, the next line is abhibhaktam vibhakteshu. The whole world is fragmented. This is yellow, this is red, this is white, this is table, this is human being. Everything is fragmented. But he sees that all this fragmented appearance is taking place in the unfragmented consciousness. That is the abhibhaktam vibhakteshu. All the fragmented things he sees that unfragmented reality. Tad jnanam viddhi sattvikam. That is the sattvika jnana. So as such it is great. If you can have that sattvika jnana, it is definitely great. But the problem is if you practice that through the shastric contemplation or meditation or so, you will get bound by it. So when you are reading the Shastras, Bhagavad Gita, or you are meditating, Somebody has come with some urgent need or so. No, I cannot go now. I am reading the Shastras. My mind, the whole world is now equal. All are abhyam bhavam ikshana is going on in my mind. I cannot listen to others' complaints now. This is the bondage of jnana. Similarly, the sukha, you go to 18.37, 18 chapter 37th. There again, sukha is divided in three kinds of sukhas. There in 37, the sattvika sukha. Yat tadagre vishamiva pariname amritopamam tat sukham sattvikam proktam atma buddhi prasadajam. All words are important. Yat tat agre vishamiva. Initially, a sattvika sukha, initially it may be unpalatable, vishamiva. Suppose a child, you force him to study the letters and alphabets and all. It is vishamiva. He wants to play only. He doesn't want to read anything. So for him it is vishamiva. But as he learns and finally he learns the language, then you will find he is reading the storybooks and enjoying that, even doesn't go for playing also. So anything to go for a higher or subtler enjoyment, initially it may be unpleasant. Suppose many of the food, if you take Ayurvedic medicine and all, it is unpleasant, but if it is properly prescribed and properly taken, it is supposed to give us a better life. Ayus. I am taking here rice. For about 3 years I have been out of rice and chapati. I am only allowed barley roti. That our people, including brahmacharinis, nobody can make barley roti properly. Someday it will remain kacha, someday it will get burned, someday it will be hard like papadam, so I have to take as papadam. Barley roti, barley water, gokshura water, these are the things on which I am living. But yesterday they gave me what? Rasamalai. I am forbidden from taking milk. I don't take milk, I don't take curd, I don't take... So it is not vishamiva initially, but after taking, it may create some problem. It has not created, but still. So, this is what the sattvika sukha. That sattvika sukha will immediately not be very pleasant, but ultimately it will have a pleasant result. So these are the two binding factors created by sattva guna. No, my lecture time is already over. So, okay, let's see this next to Rajoguna. It is just not that only the tigers are Rajoguna, where human tigers are much more in number than the actual tigers. Rajo ragatmakam viddhi trishna sanga samudbhavam tan nibadnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. I have already explained also. Ragatmakam means, yesterday also I explained, raga means color. That its very existence, atma, for the Rajoguna is this applying a color. Color of what? Me and mine. Color of what? Likes and dislikes, raga and dvesha. So the whole world is made of raga, dvesha. This I like, this I don't like. And according to that, it attracts me and repels me, and I end up working for getting what we like. And finally knowing that it is of no use. That is the Rajoguna effect. Tan nibadnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. That is, it binds us with the sangha called karma. Karma means, whenever Bhagavad Gita is saying karma means our Our aim is at the phala. Otherwise, they will not call it karma, they will call it kriya. The whole nature, there is no phala, no result. Suppose the moon is going around the earth, earth is going around the sun, the plants are growing, the grass growing, the flowers are blossoming. Nowhere there is desire. We don't call the flower, blossoming of a flower as karma. It is only a kriya. It's an action without any desire motivation. But whenever they are saying karma means it is desire motivated action. Karma sangha means the sangha is coming from our orientation towards the desire. What we want at the result of that. Is it clear? So that is what the Rajoguna effect is. Tamastu ajnanajam viddhi mohanam sarvadehinam. Tamaguna, the effect is to create a delusive envelope. It's overwhelming effect on us by delusion. It is a delusion. Pramad alasya nidrabhihi tannivadnati bharata. It is binding us by creating inattention. We are not able to attentively find out what it is and getting attracted or repelled by what it is appearing to be because of our lack of attention. Alasya, physically we may not be that idle, but mentally, more intelligentially, we are extremely idle generally. Nidra, those who are given to that, they are binding with that. This is the tamaguna effect. So we will stop with this. Only tomorrow is there. Next day only 15 minutes conclusion. No? Okay, we will do. If we understand, it is okay. Tomorrow I will do 2-3 most important verses for the Gunatita. Prabuddham vimuktam vikaradihinam prasannam sada nityabodhaswarupam param nishchalam nirgunam sarvarupam bhajeham sadanusmarami pranomi. Prabuddham vimuktam vikaradihinam prasannam sada nityabodhaswarupam nishchalam nirgunam sarvarupam bhajeham sadanusmarami pranomi.